This week's topic is scientific relationships. Scientists often want to know if there's a relationship between two variables. Here we see a scientist and she's saying, I wonder if there's a connection between sunlight and plant growth. Well, she could put on a simple experiment where she gives plants a certain amount of sunlight each day and then compares their growth. So we have some plants that are getting 1 hour of sunlight, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. And then as time goes on, she finds out that the more sun a plant gets, the more it grows. So we could say that increased sunlight equals increase in growth. When two variables change in the same way like this, we call it a direct relationship. That's when both variables go up or both variables go down. Direct relationships look like this when they're graphed. When two variables change in the opposite way, we call it an indirect relationship. And that's where one variable goes up and the other variable goes down. An indirect relationship looks like this when it's graphed. Sometimes variables fluctuate up and down. This is called a cyclical relationship. This is where one variable goes up, then down, and then up again. Cyclical relationships look like this when they're graphed. Sometimes the variables are unrelated. This is called having no relationship, and that's where one variable goes up and the other variable stays the same. When there is no relationship, graphs can look like any of these. In this summary slide, you can see what the 4 different types of relationships look like, and these patterns are something that we really need to memorize because we're going to see these over and over again in class. In addition to how variables change, we also want to know how fast they change. In this example of using getting rich quick, we can put money on the y-axis, and we can put time on the x-axis at the bottom. And we're going to say at some point on that money axis, someone is going to have enough money that we're going to call them rich. So I'm going to put that green line up there to indicate how much money you have to be called rich. And then we're going to say on the time axis down here, if you want to get rich quick, we don't want there to be a lot of time. So I'm going to put this orange line here for quick. And just for comparison, I'll make this purple line over here to show this would be slow. This would be where it takes a long time. So if you were getting rich quick, that would mean that you are going to go up to the rich line, but in not very much time. In comparison, if you were going to get rich slowly, you'd still go up to the same rich line, but it's going to happen over a much longer period of time. This is called a rate of change. So this red one for getting rich quick is a fast rate of change, and getting rich slow would be a slow rate of change. And there's actually a formula. It's on page 1 of your reference table, and it says rate of change equals change in field value divided by time. Now in this example, rate of change is how much money you have and how long it takes to get that money. So in this case, the rate of change would be rich divided by quick. You want to get rich and you want to do it over a small amount of time. So the way that would look graphed one more time is this very steep slope where and that would be a fast rate of change.